All right, so we again have a more active Atlantic hurricane basin here. Atlantic basin, the hurricane season kind of pulsed up here over the last week and a half after again going pretty quiet and falling silent after what was one of the quicker starts we had seen, even off to a little bit faster pace with named storms than even last year. And you remember how record-breaking last year was. Last year almost broke every record it could break in terms of storms forming, how quickly we're going through the names, making landfall, category of hurricanes, all of it. Anyways, we got quiet. Again, Elsa made landfall in Florida early July. Then we went through 3, 4, 5 weeks, nothing going on. And then last week we started to get the disturbances building. Now we have 3 named storms. One of them is moving inland in the deep southeast. That's Tropical Depression Fred. Again, made landfall as a very, very healthy high-end category tropical storm. Had some winds along the Texas or the Florida coast up around 70 miles per hour. That has been weakening as it's moving further inland as anticipated. But you still got a very healthy, strong area of low pressure producing a lot of rainfall, bringing in all that moisture with it. So we're watching that. We've got Tropical Storm Henri, got its name yesterday, quickly getting its act together, getting more organized, going to loop around Bermuda. That stays out to sea. And we've been tracking Grace since late last week. Again, moved into the Caribbean this weekend, racing across the Caribbean really pretty quick. Went down to a tropical depression as it interacted with Hispaniola, some of the islands there. Again, you got some very high mountain peaks kind of shredding the storm apart, getting more organized overnight. 4 a.m. advisory came out, upgraded again to a tropical storm. Still expected. Most of the model data very consistent here and has been about bringing it across the northern Caribbean and back into the open waters of the southwest Gulf of Mexico. Not out of the question, looking at some data this morning suggesting that maybe it does try to pulse up to a low-end hurricane. We'll have to watch that, but the good news for us as far as the U.S. goes, our neighbors to the south, not so much good news, is that it likely is going to continue moving towards Mexico and very far away from central Texas, even further away from South Texas. Look like it could be a little bit of a stormy weekend for South Texas. Not the case as of right now. We'll still need to watch the track. An area of high pressure is going to build in the coming days, and that's going to help steer it out towards the west. All right, again, zooming in here to what is now Tropical Depression Fred, impacting Georgia now right over top of Atlanta, going to continue to make its way rapidly up the mid-Atlantic coast states, and then eventually into New England by late Wednesday into Thursday. What are we looking at here? Again, this is going to disrupt air travel for the next 24 to 48 hours at least for a big portion of the eastern U.S. We're looking at flooding rains, and then also that tornado threat. So if you got family, friends anywhere from Georgia up the central Appalachians here over the next 24, 36 hours, they're going to be dealing with lots of flash flood watches, tornado watches, and several tornado warnings here again as that makes its way off towards the northeast. Again, if you have flights out that way, I would do a lot of checking as we go through the day because the hub there in Atlanta, a big one, an important one for air travel. We're quiet now in central Texas, new thunderstorms developing up around DFW. So if you're thinking about even flying out of Dallas or Austin later today, I think we're going to see thunderstorm activity increase as this disturbance moves in from the west. A little bit more organized area of lift moving into our area in comparison to yesterday. We had isolated activity pop up, very spotty in parts of central Texas. Today we're going to be more widespread rain trying to mix in. Rain chances best across our western zones. This is really later in the day. This is not an all-out washout. Rain chances hold off and really start to increase as we go late afternoon through the evening. We should see activity start to build in and try to increase from west to east across central Texas, and then that'll move out as we go late evening through the overnight as the disturbance lifts out of west Texas and then eventually off towards the northeast. So again, best rain chances late afternoon, evening, and then that'll decrease as we go into the overnight hours. Better chance for 80s out towards the northwest, lower to mid 90s for our southeastern zones. Still looking for that first 100-degree day. The next day is today. I think we'll beat that, and even Friday, August 20th. I think we can move into the 5th spot there for latest 100-degree days, as I don't have any on the 7-day forecast planned.